I
For
will
God's
link
sakes,
you.
it's Onyx versus Team Complexity. Let's check her out.
Oh, just
Okay.
add one more
Oh,
number.
Oh
come
shit!
on.
We got some Treant Protector.
Okay, well, that's one of the least exciting thing that happened after Techies and Monkey King banned out. Treant still not in captain's mode, still pretty hype, and we'll be seeing why in this game. Now, Fogged, why is Treant
10
good?
seconds remaining.
I couldn't hear you. It sounds like someone's vaping.
Yeah, we are
5
vaping a little bit in
seconds
here,
remaining.
but
I just heard like.
It's super
Reserve
smoky.
time.
all right.
All right. What was
Why
that?
is Treant good, Fogged? Why isn't he in captain's mode yet?
I think he's just obnoxious as hell. Like the bash is still extremely strong. The rework just makes him
Radiant team
different,
pick.
like much different to play versus. The bash, like you can pretty much lock someone down by yourself for like 6 seconds. If you like bash them, root them, bash them afterwards. It's just an obnoxious hero to play against. People aren't used to it just yet. I still think it can be kind of weak though.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, well,
All
Earth
right.
Spirit and Bat Rider picked up here. A lot of positioning coming out from
5
Onyx.
seconds remaining.
Interesting to start that off with. Don't we have some stable kind of Bat Rider
Reserve time.
counters still in the pool?
Like who, Slacks?
Vengeful Spirit. She's around, isn't she?
Yeah, Oracle. That's the other big one.
Yeah. Legion
Nyx
Commander.
Assassin is the best.
Nyx is great too, as well. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Spike Carapace. So interested that they're gonna drop that out first. It seems like they're opening themselves up for counters pretty easy here.
I think that they're. I said it in like the previous game that there's not that many offlane heroes, right? So they're prioritizing like Bulba's offlane hero, and then maybe gonna ban out the rest, the counter it well too.
Dire team ban.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna deny them that Nyx pick and pick it up for themselves there. And interesting choice. A lot of roam potential. Pretty good. Spike Carapace is already good against both these heroes as well.
Yeah, good Nyx game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good hero all around. Good lane presence. Flexible too. When you pick it up in the
10
draft early like
seconds
this, you don't know
remaining.
exactly where old Nixie's going.
I don't even know how you play
Nixie.
Bat Rider. I feel like
5
Nyx
seconds
is
remaining.
just breaks Bat Rider. It's so hard to play. You like have to not even bother with
Reserve time.
whatever that skill's called.
Firefly. Yeah.
Yes, Firefly.
You can Firefly late, but yeah,
Radiant
it's
team
awkward.
ban.
It's so natural to just Firefly, Blink Lasso.
Well, Dazzle taken out of the pool, and Warlock. I guess they saw last time the amazing potential of Swindle's Warlock. They say we don't want none of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the kind of stuff that speaks to how viable so many heroes are. We see Warlock
10
ignored for
seconds
most of the
remaining.
tournament, not picked or banned, and then in a
Dire
game
team
2,
ban.
he gets picked up and dominates. And here in game 1 of the next series, like, you know what, maybe Warlock's pretty good after all. Let's just go ahead and ban him out. Interesting how he is gone up and down. Fascinating.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Lycan.
10 seconds remaining.
What position is Treant? 4?
I think so.
Is that
5
is it
seconds
Freak
remaining.
Treant?
4 or 5. You don't need items,
Reserve
but
time.
you can.
But this basically means
benefit.
Nyx is an offlane, right? You can't really have Nyx and Treant, can you? As both your supports?
Radiant team ban.
More than likely offlane, but I think you can just because the way tree works. You don't really need to hit creeps if you're playing that style, like the 5. You just armor people and stay invis and punch, and just scout.
You know
Definitely a
what?
possibility, but I don't know.
I know we're not supposed to do this, but I hope Onyx loses. Who bans Monkey King and Techie?
10
Fuck you
seconds
guys.
remaining.
Why don't you PM Sammy Bulba?
5
Yeah,
seconds
way to
remaining.
try hard, bro. Last game,
Dire
we had
team
a nice Tide Hunter running around. People were having fun, and in this game, here we are. Super
God.
serial, guys.
I'm sure Reddit
you
will
like-
love that.
Yeah.
Do you
What the
like
heck?
playing versus either hero?
Yes. As
You're
a
lying.
Techies player,
Moving
I
on.
love to play against other Techies and
See,
destroy
Fogged,
them.
what you don't understand is that Slacks actually has a good enough computer that
10
Monkey King's ult
seconds
doesn't
remaining.
lag. So he,
Oh.
That's not possible.
That's not
That's-
possible, actually. I
No.
just got a new
5
computer,
seconds
and it
remaining.
it
no,
still does.
Yeah,
I love playing against both those heroes. Yeah.
Reserve time.
wow, Oracle 4th banned here. That's one of the first
Radiant
Oracle bans
team
we've seen,
pick.
especially in a game 1.
Ursa.
Dire team
All right,
pick.
I think Cole's gonna win this game.
Why?
I think Ursa's trash, and I think Bat Rider gets shit on by Nyx.
He just did a great job.
Next game, please.
Okay. He just did a fantastic job in the other game. Kicked the
I
shit
mean,
out
he'll
of
win
Wind Ranger
occasionally
Phoenix.
thanks to his teammates, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm
No.
turning into a big Ursa hater,
10
actually.
seconds
Yeah, what's up with
remaining.
you, man?
I don't know. We just lost a lot of matches in scrims. DC did
5
with Ursa mid.
seconds.
DC's
remaining.
bad with
No.
Ursa doesn't mean he's bad.
Oh,
You know.
wow.
But
Sometimes,
this is one of
sometimes
those-
they're one and the same, but
I feel like
we'll
that's
see.
been happening for months now too. I remember like at last summit, you were like, "Yeah, we just lost a bunch of games with Ursa," and now 3 months later, yeah, we know we're just
Well,
losing a bunch
we
of
haven't
games
been
with
playing him
Ursa.
recently, thank Jesus. But you know,
He's not
Ursa, it's
particularly
just-
fun to watch. I hate it when
I
he's
don't
on my
know.
team because he just sits in the jungle. I hate it when he's on the other team because he kills my stupid supports. I'm not a fan of Ursa either. I agree with Suns fan.
Whatever, man.
well, the good thing this game is they have a bunch of lockdown for Ursa to actually catch up to people and right click. So
Yeah.
we'll see if that.
Even more now with the
works
Beastmaster.
out.
I have to admit, though, I do like Complexity's draft a lot more. It seems like that they're
10
answering a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
problems that Onyx are putting out there. Darkseer, the Surge,
5
is so good against
seconds
Ursa.
remaining.
You don't need a force staff or anything else when your homies could just bolt on out of there.
Reserve
But
time.
I mean,
I guess
I
I got stable lockdown, Beastmaster and Batrider. Anybody gets caught out, they're pretty much dead in this game.
I can get why they would grab the Ursa there though. You know, they're dire. It's like pretty safe pick versus Tree Nyx. They gives them like the Roche potential, and they have burst for the Batrider lasso. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been less happy with Ursa's as well lately, to be honest. He just seems like he lacks. He just gets kited too hard and he falls off really hard.
Dire team.
Marauders.
Ooh.
Cat Lady. She's been banned out, I think, every single time by the
Yeah,
community.
we've
this is
seen-
the first time.
Very little Mirana this tournament. She's
Yeah.
been lone druid status.
Meepo's still left, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Meepo's
boy.
untouched versus Onyx.
Yes.
You've made a mistake leaving Meepo available.
plays-
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, there's Abed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Abed's there, dude.
Oh shit.
Sweet
5
God. what are
seconds
you
remaining.
doing?
Why? My goodness. PL, why? I want to see him.
It is kind of strange though that so we've been making jokes about PL, right? And everyone's been saying he's really bad, but we've seen him banned way more than picked, which is kind of it's like some teams are still afraid of the PL
Well,
cheese.
and the one time we saw him picked, the itemization was beyond god awful,
10
if I do say
seconds
so
remaining.
myself.
What they
what
go?
build was it?
It was like, I had to look it up.
5
It's something like
seconds
Lincoln. It
remaining.
was just real bad. Hold on, let me find the game.
I'd
I
have
think
to
there's
look
only
it
like
up.
one build on that hero, isn't
Reserve
there?
time.
Aghanim Scepter, that's correct.
Isn't it like the Fusel Manta?
Oh, you actually
Aghanims?
agree? Yeah.
Oh.
I do
Wait,
agree, yeah.
fogged.
Sometimes, not always Aghanims.
You like the Aghanims? We stopped asking people because everyone said ubiquitously that Suns fan's an idiot.
I mean, it can have its situations where
All
it's
right,
okay.
this
It's
is
usually
this
pretty
is
bad, but
this is what I think, Fogged. Okay.
Dota analysts.
up?
I think PL is a bad hero, but in
Dota
certain
analysts.
in certain PL is a good hero, right?
Sure.
Radiant
And in those
team
situations, you get Ags because it's great on that hero. That's what I feel.
How many times do we need to go over this?
Shut your mouth.
This is so stupid. In situations where a certain hero would be good,
All right, here, I
getting an
found the
item
match.
that amplifies what the hero was good at could be a good idea. Are you dumb?
I
God
don't
damn, there's
understand
no
your
argument.
argument,
Seconds
Slacks.
remaining.
I
What?
don't understand.
Your show match defeat will
5
be the
seconds
greatest
remaining.
achievement of my
I will
life.
make sure that we pick that.
I will destroy you on the field of battle.
Reserve time. Dire
It's
team
taking me a while to find this, but I'll find
Huh.
it. Don't
We
Yeah,
got
he's a
Spectre
goal.
again.
Oh, it's Spectre. And they banned
Spectre
me.
Darkseer.
Spectre Darkseer, is that a thing?
It used to be like people are the Chinese. I think from like in 2014 and 2015 and stuff. We're doing Spectre Darkseer a lot because the Spectre can just
10 seconds.
All right, would you
Fight
like to
early
hear
with
this
the
build,
Darkseer.
Fogged?
what? I would like
It
to hear
was
the build.
Helm of the
5
Dominator,
seconds remaining.
Boots of Travel, Manta, Diffusal, Lincoln's
Reserve
BKB.
Sounds like a very late diffusal. But
He did no damage. All right, moving.
All right.
And the Templar Assassin, final pick here for Onyx. One of the heroes that Fogged pointed out earlier is pretty strong still in the pool, Slacks.
Oh, yeah, they're still in the pool. I don't know how I feel about Onyx.
A lot of Roche control. You got Hawk, you've got minus armor from TA.
What is their support? This is like the greediest lineup ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's not like a 5.
I like Complexity's draft.
Yeah, me too.
They have They have like heroes that kind of counter others. I mean, I've been wrong for the majority of these actual predictions, but like Darkseer is very good versus Refraction. Nyx is very good versus Batrider and Earth Spirit. I think they're just lacking like vision and stuff, but they
Maybe
even
they're
have
putting
Spectre
too
like.
much effort with counters. Maybe they were thinking too much into the box.
They tried
The
too
Ion
hard.
Shell Tree Ant Protector, oh my goodness. If they go in the lane together right off the bat.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh.
I didn't even think of that.
actually
Holy
disgusting.
shit.
I mean,
Oh,
it is
God.
the Nyx tree supports as well from Cole, like we were kind of mentioning. So
I think Spectre's just such a good choice here. You've got 5 potential Blink Dagger carriers on the side of Onyx. Press R, break the blinks.
Yeah, but also if they get their hands on that sweet little Spectre, I mean, she's going to blow up, and they have a lot of ways to get their hands on that sweet
Now,
little Spectre.
Slacks, living armor.
Oh!
I was not joking.
Explain how that's good here.
Living armor saves people when they get jumped on. What do you?
Whoa! It blocks
Yes.
instances of damage, doesn't it?
Yes, it's like a buffable Vanguard.
So when Batrider jumps in with Firefly and grabs you and he puts living armor, how much exactly does that save you?
Very little.
Oh, now you get it.
But Nyx Assassin's there to counter the Batrider. So
Hey!
how often is that going to happen?
Oh,
Ayo!
Can we just take something?
Bog's like, fuck this.
Fuck this shit.
No,
All
I'm
right.
I'm hearing some weird shit, dude. I was starting to bug out.
No,
I was
that's-
hearing some whistling in my fucking room.
No, that was just
No, no,
Slacks. That was
we were hearing it.
Alright, I
He's
was
got
pretty
an
Oh
scared.
my god, you got a ghost in your room, bro? Do you believe
It
in
sounded like it,
phantoms?
dude.
Do you believe
No,
in
I
Spectre?
actually have raccoons in my ceiling, so that's
Oh.
pretty sure that's what it was.
Raccoons? Oh, my.
They have snuck into my house because of the cold winter outside, and they are making noises. I can hear their little feet scurrying around.
Condolences, Powerful Fogged. We've got game 1 of Onyx versus Complexity. Let's do this thing. It's Annie and Purge to take it away.
Oh, thank you very much, panel. Sorry about your raccoons, Fogged, but I don't really know how to console you on that one. We're going to have a pretty hype series, though, between Complexity and Onyx. Winner of the series moves on to face OG in the grand finals of Elimination mode. Loser of the series is going home. Purge, what's your take on the draft so far?
Yeah, I liked a lot of what the panel said, except for the last 45 seconds, and I just wanted to, take my earbuds out of my ears. But there are some really good solutions against Batrider, for example, and Spectre is also kind of good. But if Onyx gets aggressive and they're winning the game, I feel like they can easily run over Complexity in a lot of ways. So I think the laning stage is really important for setting tempo. I think if Cole goes semi-even,
30
that they
seconds
should be
left.
able to get ahead as long as the Spectre has a decent enough laning stage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the potential for Onyx. It just seems like there's so much of a gamble. I think Complexity clearly are playing really well today so far, and well, we'll see here. Looks like we're going to have...
I did like their last couple of games. Their itemization was really smart. I think their drafts were coming together well, so I think they could win this, and they're going to grab 3 bounty runes. Good grab for them.
Looks like Onyx are trying their luck down bottom, going up against Melons, who's just going to punch him in the face, but Melons is able to grab it, so like you mentioned, 3 bounty runes for the Radiant right now, and that is a somewhat decent gold advantage going their way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So the Beastmaster's going to be safe lane on the top lane. Looks like Demon's playing a support Batrider. We saw this a little bit at, was it Boston Major? TI? I can't remember. I think it was the Major, pretty sure, but nice little D-ward here by Melons grabbing the Observer ward, so his camps will spawn and he's going to be able to pull with those. Support Batrider it can work, but I'm not sure if it's going to work this game. It certainly will be very good against potential Living Armor early game, but and this is just a really good matchup for Onyx to do. The Ursa versus Spectre just kind of counters everything Spectre wants to do, since Ursa's so good at killing single target heroes. And that's exactly what Spectre's survivability is being very survivable by herself.
Yeah, lots of regen starting things out. Spectre with 6 tangos.
Yeah,
Gonna
she
be-
gave 2 to the mid instead of the support. That was kind of a cool play.
Yeah. Making sure 747 is going to be nice and healthy up against Abed on the TA. Now, it looks like Abed might be having a tough lane here, but I have seen a TA get out of control from just a couple minutes of unchecked farm in the mid lane.
Yeah, exactly. If Mirana actually leaves the lane or goes somewhere else, or if a couple ganks come in at the right time, it could be TA getting ahead. We'll see.
Right now, 747 doing a good job keeping the harass up, forcing TA to think twice about engaging. Speaking about engaging, Demon just going all the way in, gets punched up by Melons, but still pretty normal lanes. They're not going to be too crazy just yet. No bloodshed happening. Where do you think the first blood is going to be going down?
Probably the safe lane, if anywhere. I mean, I don't necessarily think it'll be Demon getting the kill here, but there's a lot of slow coming out on Mu. He can keep applying it until he picks up a stick, which is about now. There's not really a lot of response to this. So as long as Mason gets the fast boots and Demon keeps putting that napalm down, I could see Ursa getting a kill first. Although
Pretty
maybe
deep
mid.
initiation mid. Dubu rolled all the way forward. He's going to take an arrow to the face after a nice impale. Abed doing his best to zone. Now it's just Z-Freak chasing down the Earth Spirit. Leap forward from 747. One more tick of damage means 747 is able to snap up that first blood.
It was
Really good try by Abed there to actually block the Mirana. She was forced to use Leap to get the kill, but super worth it for first blood. So nice rotation there by Z-Freak, of course. Guy makes a lot happen with very little sometimes, and that was a good moment for that.
Yeah, the double impale is really solid there. The fact that Earth Spirit kind of initiated really long range roll, but 747 was standing way back. Just they weren't able to find what they needed out of that, and that put the Earth Spirit really out of position.
Yeah, he can definitely get stuff done in other lanes, though. I mean, there's already tons of slow coming from Napalm, so if he can on the Spectre, for example, this could impact. But although the creep wave is going to spot that he's here, so he won't get a surprise roll at least, but I think Onyx is doing all right with their laning stage, though. Moo's getting very little last hits. He's at 4 right now versus the Ursa's 15. So I think they're pretty happy with how things are going. And on the other side of the map, it's a Darkseer versus a Beastmaster. So this is maybe what we should be looking to change the laning stage for complexity is when Darkseer comes to the safe lane and does like a double Ion Shell and sees if they can get a kill with it.
Pings are gonna come out onto Demon. Again, Melon's just going invis, punching him up and walking back. That's gonna be the name of the game here for the Treant Protector. You think we're going to see anything unusual out of Tree, or is it going to be standard itemization, standard skill build?
Nothing weird. It's not too surprising to see Swindles play sometimes a really hard 5. So I think this will be standard. The only thing that's slightly weird maybe, nah, he got Leech Seed too. It's actually not that weird in the case of double melee versus an Ursa. So he'll just try to do regular support duties, try to keep people from getting as much lane advantage, things like that.
Ping's coming out down bottom. Looks like pretty clear that Z-Freak is nowhere around, and Dubu just wants to keep punching up this Treant Protector, keep him on lock. Mason's moving forward here. They're going to be able to get the stun, get the kick, but they don't have any vision to continue on. Dust is going to be coming out from the Bat Rider. Looks like it will connect onto Melons, but he's able to get himself back under tower, and Mason isn't quite big enough to dive tier 1s yet.
Yeah, they're completely fine here. It's getting a little scary, and Onyx is clearly getting more out of their lane, but it's not that offset. Demon was able to kill a large stack, kind of a nice boon for him. And they'll grab the bounties as well. So, but the important thing is that they're not dying. If Swindles and Moo die a couple times in this lane, it's a really bad thing. It'll really change the game. But all they have to do is wait until a rotation comes, or Onyx gets way out of position, and maybe they can get a kill.
Yeah, Mason left to his own devices here, and it looks like he's going to try to beat up Melons, but Moo is hot on his heels. Mason walks backwards there. He's able to go and keep himself safe. Again, pretty hard to get these early pickoffs. Everyone is very sustainable for now.
Yeah, especially with all the extra regen they have from the magic sticks, so. It's a decent trade, though. Force Ursa to go back momentarily, let the support go back to base. It's a decent trade. Last hits-wise, they're not looking amazing on Cole. They've got a decent spread between 4 heroes, but...
Moo could really be in some trouble here. Everyone went to go Shrine up. She's going to be able to dagger herself into the trees, gets that unlimited pathing, but it's not enough to save her. That's Dubu actually picking up the gold for that one.
Okay, so he rolled in, I'm guessing, and then stunned, and then Ursa caught up?
Yep.
Okay,
Ursa was already
makes sense.
chewing on him. Dubu just helped him get locked in place.
Yeah, that's really dangerous. There's not really a lot of times where you can trade hits with an Ursa as a Spectre, especially when he's not even close to like phase boots or anything. He's gonna go Helm of the Dominator like he did in the last game. It's definitely a good item for helping her laning be a bit better, but it does leave her pretty offensively weak for a long period of time. Z-Freak trying another gank in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's definitely trying. Until he gets that level 6, though, it's going to be somewhat underwhelming. He's able to land an Earth Spike. They cut through the Refraction, but that's just 747 getting a little bit of free farm time.
Yep, exactly. If the refraction is up, it's just a very low chance of getting a kill, but just occasionally showing up is nice because it might make Abed play a little bit safe. And other times that could lead to less advantage in the lane, so just a little bit of rotation here and there is solid. Melon's approaching the top lane here. Still a lot of Ion Shell pressure from Monkeys. Looks like he's not going Helm of the Dominator this game. One thing I see Cole do a lot is they never stack auras, which is kind of a cool playstyle from them. They always get like Basilius plus Vlad's plus Strum plus other items, and it really impacts a lot when team fights actually happen. Gank coming mid though.
Yeah, they're bringing in 2 heroes this time instead of just the Nyx. The Refraction easily cut through, and the Starfall is going to get the kill for Mirana there. Much needed by 747. They've got to check that TA's farm at every opportunity.
Yeah, they actually could have. Abed would have been able to delay that at least if he had a meld point, but he didn't pick it up. So, good timing on that kill and making ganks out of 2 heroes that don't normally go together very well.
Yeah, definitely making it work here. Down bottom, Moo gonna be getting himself back up to the high ground. Really wants to finish off this camp, but Dubu's right there, invised up by a rune, and Mason is hungry now. That Ursa moving forward gives Moo the idea that maybe something's not right, so she's gonna back off to safety.
Trent does give him that living armor, and Swindles actually does go for 2 points in Nature's Guise, since the bash duration goes up a lot more, and the movement speed as well almost doubles. Very good 2 second point skill, but this means that living armor is a little bit worse than normal, and the gank could come any moment here.
Yeah, we've got a Radiant Courier shooting in. Is going to be giving Melons a little bit of a help there, but they are going to go in. They find the stun onto Moo. There's mass rotation from Complexity. They want to delay this as long as possible. 747 comes in. Demon still looking to catch up on the Spectre, but there is going to be that Spike Carapace impale off the mark, but now Demon is trapped in unfriendly territory. Moo is low health but still alive, and Melons is chasing out Dubu. It's not looking good for Demon. He's cutting his way through the trees, but Z-Freak is right after him. Has the impale up in 2 seconds, but they're going to lose eyes on the Batrider. No blood comes out of that gank.
And everybody scatters across the entire map as well. It's kind of hard to follow that gank there.
Yeah, Melon's going to make his way towards mid lane. He's slowed down by a Psionic Trap temporarily. He's going to go in onto Abed. Melons, I mean, you're tanky as a tree, but this is a very ambitious play going forward. He's going to get stunned up again by the Psionic Trap, but is able to find his way invisibility. And now, punches up Dubu. And Moo's back in the fight. Already used the dagger, just chasing him down. Has the Ion Shell as well. That was an easy kill for Complexity. Very long-winded fight there.
Yeah, I actually thought Treant was screwed there, but he made the play. The bait happened, and nice kill going to Spectre. That's the kind of stuff that he's going to really need to catch up, especially when he's almost 6 here. Once he's 6, any Ion Shell on him and anywhere else on the map, there's actually quite a bit of damage coming from him towards his opponents. So that's how Moo gets back into this game after the rough start.
Z-Freak able to find himself some arcane boots as well. Hits the impale onto Ursa, but he just wants to farm. He is so grateful for, you know, the couple minutes he'll get to spend in lane getting that solo XP. Z-Freak's not usually used to that.
And that's why everybody on Complexity is moving so heavily towards undefended lanes, because levels are so big this game. Especially on Moo hitting 6, they lost their tier 1 tower in that one engagement, the overdive bait. So gold advantage for Onyx, more map control as well is going to help a lot, especially once they start getting their blink daggers and smoking around. So basically, just passive resource gain for Cole is going to be a lot harder than normal due to that tower dying.
Speaking of smoking around, it looks like they want to make a play happen up top. Unfortunately for Swindles, I think that's a dead tree. That's so dead.
Yeah, very dead. So first roar of the game that I've seen at least, follow-up from Demon. He's at 1600 gold. That's pretty freaking insane considering this is a support Batrider. So very rapidly he's going to be 6 with Blink Dagger and about 600 gold, and that means nobody's really safe on the map. There's not a lot of survivability coming from the Cole heroes other than Living Armor, but Batrider shuts that down.
Yeah, TA doing phenomenally well in the mid lane. She's top of the net worth chart even after taking a death in lane. So again, as soon as 747 rotates, Abed takes full advantage of free farm.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. Or did you say TA? I thought you said Marana for some reason.
No, TA.
You said TA though, didn't you? Yeah, you did. I just completely misheard. My bad.
Oh, she's about to take a huge stack with a double damage rune as well.
Yeah, really good rune to have in this case. TA is just one of the best junglers for this reason, and he will continue to stay ahead. And in the meantime, even if Mason doesn't get insane amounts of farm here, he's still pressuring the Spectre, so everybody on Onyx keeps getting ahead.
Oh, Melon's going up. The smoke's going to break. Abed just walks right in. There's going to be a Moonlight Shadow from the Marana, realizing this is a very difficult gank to follow through on, but they've got the Sentry Vision down. Moo walks out of it. Abed now going to get stuck by that wall of replica, makes it up onto the high ground just barely, but the Impale catches him. Abed, can he make it to the shrine? He's able to do so. He gets some health back, pops the Psionic Trap to keep himself safe, and now Z-Freak is the one that's going to be burning down. This is looking good for the Dire right now. It was iffy at first, but the fact that TA didn't go down is huge here. Monkey's not able to get himself back safely, and it looks like they're just going to completely clean up here. Spectre, the only one to survive, just going to be TPing him right out of that one.
Man, the thing that actually really hurt Complexity there was that as they were engaging the fight, the Ion Shell went down on Spectre instead of on somebody else. But Spectre also got to critically low HP in that last final moment there. So because of that, the one good damage skill they have that would have helped kill the TA never came out in the fight, and Moo couldn't reinitiate. So it basically meant they never killed the TA, and then everything's just out of control after that.
Yeah,
at least one kill would have been nice.
This TA might become a problem pretty quickly. She's already most of the way towards her Desolator. She was able to take, was that a triple or quad stack of Ancients, and then pick up some assists and extra gold and extra XP from that team fight without going down.
Yeah, I mean, Abed's certainly farming really fast, but there are still very good TA solutions between the tree. His overgrowth is fantastic. The damage block from Living Armor is good too when you have a lot of minus armor coming out. And then you also have like Ion Shell plus Spectre. Kill coming on the bottom lane.
Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay for Mason. He had his courier idled out in the trees, and it was easily snapped up by Z-Freak, and then they realized that this Urza's all alone and maybe a little bit not paying attention. So quick pickup on him, but it's nothing you can't recover from.
Yeah, every kill that Marana gets is hugely important just because it's going to be a bit closer to the Ags, and once they have Ags, then their burst sort of focused playstyle and teamfight focused playstyle is going to make it a lot easier to kill Onyx in fights. So they've got to be pretty careful here. Demon going for his first Blink Lasso, looking for a target. See if he can find somebody.
Yeah, I mean, this Batrider's timings are super impressive right now. In terms of net worth, he's you know, hanging on there. He's very near the Darkseer that had free farm for most of the game. And this is a Batrider without a home. It's not like he was sitting in lane all these times.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I mean, Demon's been really good at Batrider for a very long time. Definitely, I mean, we're talking maybe like 3-4 years ago, but in that period of time, he was certainly seen as one of the better Batriders in the world. So I'm not too surprised to see him doing well here. Z-Freak looking for a kill.
He's
up in
under a
spots,
sentry.
though.
So it's not going to be the easiest kill for him. In fact, he's going to get rotated around. He's going to be the food for the Batrider. Easily picked up, and that's another kill for Abed.
I really like how Abed played that. That was pretty sick. He didn't even go for the Melt Strike right away because he was a little worried about damage. Could have been a very successful kill by Z-Freak if he was alone, though, with the Ion Shell on top of him. It was a cool gank attempt.
This is also like a pretty not standard place to keep a sentry ward. It's done a lot of work so far.
Yeah, it's very good for spotting observer wards behind the tower, for example. That a Radiant hero would run over there, put a ward down so that they could always see who's at the tower. And when you have a hero like Treant on your team, it's very easy to get those wards down. So I think there's going to be a lot of cases where Onyx goes for D wards in really good ward places.
Right now, things looking good for our Dire squad, but I think once this Mirana gets Ags, that's going to be a huge jump point. She's about halfway there. So, you know, another 5-6 minutes, and this could be a very different game.
Going for another Ion Shell Invis for Z-Freak most likely here. He's waiting for the creep wave to get killed, and he'll go search out for another kill. He's got to be careful of that sentry ward spot. I'm sure he'll keep it in mind. But in the meantime, just Onyx just sitting behind each other. Duba getting some free levels mid. Batrider sitting behind him. The observer wards of the Radiant team are really good, though. They're spotting a lot of the movements from Onyx, so I think they feel pretty comfortable coming to the top lane.
Yeah, the rest of Onyx just working on their own farm. I mean, Spectre obviously had a bit of a playstyle change after 7.0. What is she looking to really itemize here? What does Spectre need to get before she can actually be impactful in these fights?
She kind of just needs items that don't make her suck so bad in the early lane is
Thanks,
the problem. Her laning is kind of rough, and transitioning into the early mid, she doesn't have as much impact as a lot of other heroes have, because it usually takes either like Radiance, Diffusal, something like that to be effective. Her Spectral Dagger only does 200 magic damage, so it's a little bit iffy. And one of the things that helps solve that is Helm of the Dominator, since it gives her regen stats, all the stuff that kind of hurts in the laning stage that she can't build into fast enough.
Down
So,
bottom,
last game, he
747. Bailing out as all 5 Onyx heroes are here. Looks like it's going to be a tier 1 for tier 1 trade. Complexity could try to rotate for this. It's being healed up by living armor, but I don't think they can mount enough of a defense this early on, so...
Yeah, especially with that, so that's a lot of damage. So nothing really happening there. 747 pushing in mid in the meantime, just playing a little safe. He's got to be careful about where the rotations come from. And this is one downside of the Radiant wards now, is they don't spot rotations between tier 1 towers very well. They only spot where Onyx is on their side of the map. So right now they have to kind of stick close together, because they aren't always sure if Onyx has taken a tower and gone to gank.
Look at this. It looks like we're just going to be trying to go for some tier 2 on tier 2 pressure, but Complexity at least wrapping around a little bit for this one. We'll see how they're actually going to engage. Spectre does have her Haunt ready to go. There was a scan from the Dire team, so they know that Radiant is definitely looking to contest this, but they're not able to get into the tower in time. So that's 2 towers going the way of Onyx in a minute and a half.
Yeah, they're really not ready to fight, and if they make a big mistake with positioning, somebody's going to get lassoed or even like blink melt striked by TA. So taking fights right now is very, very scary for Cole. Hawk here gets killed in the jungle by the Ion Shell, but for now I think Cole just has to farm up a little bit more and wait until they either have Ags on Mirana or until Spectre has a good item. That's when they can start fighting.
Mason now picks up his Blink Dagger. This Ursa just got a whole lot scarier.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's definitely very scary against Spectre still. She's picking up a Ring of Aquila, a pretty good damage item, actually a very good early game damage item and armor item. So Spectre needs this against Ursa. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up the 5 armor again this game like he did in the last. Don't know if he's going to go Vanguard again, though. Looks like he did queue it up. Just built a lot of raw HP and regen in the previous game, so definitely paid off big time.
Yeah, Spectre's definitely off to a bit of a slow start. 1-1 is the kill score in terms of overall net worth. Our Spectre is, you know, at the bottom of the pack as far as carries go.
Yeah.
Definitely needs some more time to scale up.
Yeah, and that wouldn't have happened if she had a safer lane where it was just her hitting creeps. But that, you know, when you're against the Spectre, you don't let that happen. You try to reduce the amount of farm she gets in the laning stage, because you know that once you get into the mid game, if you have a bad early game, it's kind of tough for Spectre to still get a lot of farm. So it's this long period of time where Spectre is waiting for fights and ganks to happen. That way she can steal the kills and be a part of it. Although we may see Mason get killed here.
Yeah, Z-Freak coming right on in. They've got the arrow as well.
Hit
They
the
get
neutral.
a decent stun going forward. The Hellbear just walking around doing whatever it can. The Wall of Replica comes out from the Darkseer. I think it's likely that Mason goes down. The rest of his team bails out. They don't want to try to help him. They realize he's in too deep. There's nothing they can do, so unfortunate loss right there. That Ursa was off to a really strong, momentum swing, but just kind of gave it up.
I mean, it was, but it took pretty much every single ultimate on complexity except for Overgrowth to get that kill, and that one Thunderhide or Lizard or whatever it was blocked the arrow, so the gank got so much harder than it had to be. So a little bit of time here where Onyx is probably not feeling so scared about getting ganked. At least Haunt is down. They've got that going for him. But
Looks
that was
like
certainly a lot of pressure.
Onyx going straight into the Roche pit. Their Ursa's down,
Yeah.
so I don't think Complexity are really thinking this is likely. They've got an Observer Ward here on this high ground, so they're going to spot it out. We'll see how they're going to react.
And again, they used all their ultimates trying to kill the Ursa there, and because of this, Onyx is going to say, whatever, we'll take the easiest Roche we've ever had.
It's very easy. They're going to give the first Aegis to Abed. Not a bad choice here, as Abed's going to go forward. Oh my god. They just destroyed 747. That Mirana never stood a chance. And they're going
That
to be
was a
blinking
huge
forward,
grab.
looking for Melons as well. There is going to be a vacuum into a really nice Impale. It's locking everyone down, but there's no damage to bring them forward. Kick comes in. They stun up Melons. They're able to find the kill in the tree as well. So all of Onyx feeling very healthy, and they're going to be peeling apart these towers.
And it's amazing how much impact Demon just made with that grab, though, because they already had the Roche advantage. Then they grab one of the most farmed heroes on the enemy team and guarantee killing him, and they cleaned up a support afterwards. So they have insane map control right now, and they didn't even have to use their Aegis or any super huge teamfight ultimates. So Onyx is in an amazing position right now. 30 seconds left till Spectre gets his ult back, but they need to start killing people really soon. And in some ways, I kind of feel like Spectre even might need to go for a Radiance earlier than a Vanguard here. I feel like he needs impact in the fights. I feel like he needs to be able to stop Blink Daggers, break refractions, stuff like that.
Yeah, Moo having a really tough time getting online. You look at the overall net worth, it's already about 6,000 in favor of Onyx, and the experience may even be scarier. These early levels coming out for our Dire squad that just aren't there on Radiant. Now Z-Freak getting chased down, he's going to get bopped up by
Great
the
stun.
roll. And now it looks like Melons has a really nice fight to take for himself. He's going to have the Overgrowth right now, just gets it back off cooldown. He's going to pull it out. They got the roots. They're able to find one. They're looking for another. Looks like Beastmaster's just going to have to take the loss, but a double damage TA moves her way into the fight, finds the kill on the Spectre, and she's hunting for more. They bring the bear forward. He's stunned up by the Carapace. Z-Freak going to try to TP out, and they're not able to put out enough damage just yet to take out the Nyx Assassin, but it's still not looking fantastic for Complexity as they lose their Spectre once again. Monkey's going to be surging away from Abed here. He's got his blink up, but has to wait 5 more seconds for that.
It's pretty tough to take a fight against the Necro 3. I know they were talking in the last game about how Necro is not as popular as it used to be, but it's amazing this game due to all the Invis heroes. Treant, Nyx Assassin, and the Potamulti, and it's
Demon's
guaranteeing
still
them more
hunting.
kills here.
Yeah, he's still got himself a lasso. Abed fine taking a couple of tower shots. His refraction's down. There is a vacuum. Abed getting very, very low here. Does have to burn the Aegis. Z-Freak moving forward. Goes for the Impale. Templar Assassin's going to be up in just a couple of seconds. Can she turn this around? Oh, hell yeah. They squished that bug, and they're looking for another kill onto Melons. They've got the vision that they need. Mason continuing the chase as well. This is just a train of Dire heroes ready to rip apart this tree, and it looks like Melons will fall. Unfortunately, that is Treant Protector's 4th death.
So Onyx continuing to be very good at running over their opponents, because all it really took was a semi-even laning stage, and they got put in this position. And a lot of that really was laning against the Spectre, because Spectre's been so far behind this whole time, limiting his ability to actually gank and accelerate from there. So the Onyx laning stage into the Onyx early mid-game team fights, they're just over-pressuring their opponents. But at least Complexity does have Ags on Mirana now. If they can start taking some good fights, this could change everything.
Z-Freak is going to be up here, goes for the Impale, and they're going to be TPing in the Darkseer. He's going to go ahead and cancel that one and just walk himself into lane, but it may be too late already. Z-Freak able to scuttle his way home. The arrow flies out from Mirana, but they can't find an initiation. They're just using this dominated mud golem to try to get some vision and information onto what's going on.
Yeah, it's not going to do a whole lot, though, unless it gets killed now. Cole's got to take very strong team fights, and it's kind of hard for them to execute their heroes as far as I'm concerned. They've got to do like vacuums into Mirana arrows and stuff like that. Z-Freak's been landing a lot of stuns and comboing his hero well with others, but it's so much easier for Onyx to just roll through their opponents than vice versa. It could start with a Beastmaster Roar, a grab from the Batrider, or even maybe an initiation with Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it looks like Complexity are going to start to 5-man. I mean, they just can't be alone right now. Onyx has phenomenal pickoff potential, so deep roll there from Dubu.
Oh, broke the infused raindrop. Mission accomplished.
Now Moo just going to be trying to whittle down this tower slowly but surely. His creeps are going to be coming in, and Well, they might find this tier 1, but
Dire's structures
is it going to be at a
This
steep
is-
cost?
It's kind of dangerous. They do see Ursa's top.
is under attack.
He could TP though. He's kind of low in mana.
And Abed just going forward. Looks like there's a nice vacuum wall from the Darkseer. Monkey's playing this very well. Beastmaster's going to shout, and it looks like they are able to get the jump now. Move,
Great over.
focus down. Z-Freak's going to be moving forward. Still has his spells ready to go. Now another long roll in from Dubu, who's immediately going to be picked off. Meanwhile, Monkeys does drop. Z-Freak getting low, but another Impale connects on almost everyone. Spike Carapace keeps him alive for just a little bit longer. But in the end, it's still going to be Complexity with the higher death toll.
Yeah, it was really tough for Spectre there. He jumped in, but he just got so slowed by everybody. Must have been like Boar plus TA traps repeatedly, and just Cole was not able to profit on the vacuum into the Nyx Assassin stun. I'm maybe thinking maybe Z-Freak made a huge mistake with the Midas pickup, because if he doesn't have a Midas, he definitely has a Blink Dagger, and then maybe that fight starts with 3 heroes being stunned for 3 seconds. Could have made a big difference.
Melon's cornered here in these trees. Demon just burning down everything possible, trying to make Tree reveal himself. But looks like they're just going to be content with getting a couple towers, getting a couple more picks, and kill score doubled up in favor of the Dire. Net worth over 10,000 now, almost 15,000 on experience. And looking at the levels, you can really see the breakdown happening.
So at this point, Cole is kind of in desperation mode. They've basically lost fight after fight. The net worth is insanely in Onyx's favor. What they have to do at this point is just passively farm until Spectre gets Radiance, which will make a big impact in the team fight, or they need to start doing some like desperation smoke ganks once Onyx spreads out a little bit, because I think a full 5v5 fight, there's no way Cole wins fights. Like, look at Onyx right now. They actually just smoked and kind of sat on that high ground to wait to see if Cole would approach, for example, because they know Roche is going to be up semi-soon, so they will take the pressure on, though, and they're crossing the map looking for a kill.
Yep, we got Beastmaster leading the charge up here. I mean, Treant Protector's not the most high-value kill, but you'll sure take it. Abed gonna go forward, gets that Psionic Trap onto Melons. Vision might be a little bit of an issue here.
They don't want
Gem.
to... Oh, they actually do have Gem on bat.
He's on bat, but just slightly out walking him. Now they get Vision onto Melons. They know which direction he's heading, but the Demon can't stop walking.
You can
He's-
blink now. It should be
There we
fine.
go. They've got him. They got the blink right on top of him. The gem's there, and just look at the damage being thrown out by Abed. Beastmaster's gonna pick up the kill there. He's already got his Necro 3s. This is just everyone getting exactly what they need to. Down bottom, Mason's gonna find the kill onto 747. We talked about the Mirana getting Ags and how that's gonna be a huge changing point, but she can't live.
Yeah, and in that case, if 4 heroes or 3 heroes on Onyx are on the top lane, what you need to do is try to get a kill on whoever's left on Onyx on the other side of the map. And in that case, it was just Mirana dying. Needed to... I think she got killed right before the Nyx Assassin got there, something like that. Probably not expecting her spirit to show up is what happened, so... any opportunity there for getting ahead didn't happen, and it was another death.
Yeah, this is Onyx just being so aggressive right now, riding their advantage. You look at the vision that they've got here. This is what Dire are seeing right now, and it's their map is lit up. They can see everything going on the Radiant side of the map, and there we go. There's a drag coming back in. Darkseer going to get pulled apart, and another kill goes the way of the Beastmaster. Abed, he got that crucial time in lane to farm up, get an early deso, and it's just been a complete massacre from there.
Everybody on Onyx is insanely farmed. Except for Earth Spirit, he's got nothing. But that's pretty standard for Dubu.
Yeah,
Dubu
Earth
usually
Spirit.
sacrifices
Step it up.
heavily for his team.
We'll see here as our first tier 3 siege is going to be going in. Z-Freak trying to prevent the inevitable with his Impale. The Fortify being
Gotta
spent.
blink.
Mirana shoots in the arrow, but TA just keeping everyone under control with those Psionic Traps. And Complexity, they are so feeling the pressure. Unless they have a phenomenal team fight in the next couple of minutes, I think it may just be all over.
Nyx has Blink. I don't think they try for this tier 2. It's just... Or the range barracks. It's just not worth it. So much safer to play it. Let them lose a Rax and maybe take a later team fight. Z-Freak sitting mid just in case they rotate over, but they're going to back off, play safe. They know they have a stupid gold advantage. All they have to do is keep this up a bit, and they're going to close it out. And here comes some desperations.
I mean, Spectre's doing all right here up top. Moo found some freedom where he's not being pressured, found some lane farm, now dipping into the jungle. So he's getting closer to that Radiance, but it is 26 minutes into the game.
Yes, and Radiance will still help by all means. Stopping Blink Daggers is half the battle against a Batrider TA as well as Ursa. So if they can initiate the fights, they can certainly win it with Radiance. But without Radiance, there's almost no way. So unless it's like 1 by 1 or something like that. They'll spot out Abed. He's got a BKB though, so if it breaks, and his smoke broke on top of the trap too. That's huge.
Oh, they're going forward. Batrider shows off his new BKB. Abed popping his as well. This is getting real ugly. They just completely obliterate the bug. Mason still yet to show off his new BKB. Everyone's going to shrine up, get more mana, and this is Onyx just feeling really comfortable.
Well, on the bright side, Mirana was able to kill the tier 1 tower mid, and she's got her own Blink Dagger now, so certainly could have been worse, considering how much was at stake there. Could have been the 5 heroes. So dead Nyx for a bit, but he's fine. He's still got Midas. He's got his Blink Dagger. Like an occasional death for Cole is not going to set them back heavily if it's just one and it's one of their lower farmed heroes. If it's a core, that's a huge issue because you need those heroes to scale into a position where they can win fights. But if it's Swindles or Z-Freak or even maybe sometimes the Darkseer, not a big deal. As long as it buys them time.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need their time because looks like Onyx is ready to go and rip off the Band-Aid. They're going to head for this last exterior tower. And, yeah, finish off the shrines on their way. Yeah, you get him, Mud Golem. How long is that going to take?
I mean, this tower's dead basically instantly. 10-second BKB on the Ursa as well. They're just so ready to team fight. They've got the mobility advantage by far, and they've got BKBs on 3 other 5 heroes. And the Beastmaster who doesn't has a hood, so even him, he's not going to die in fights. And he'll probably pick up a Pipe next, just to help protect against the Radiance once it actually comes out.
Roshan melting down incredibly quickly. And, yeah, I mean, Onyx are feeling relatively unchecked. They would have to do some very quirky initiations in team fights to completely throw their lead at this point, but we'll see as Z-Freak's going to be moving forward again. Has that Ion Shell. He's doing some damage to the creep wave, but the rest of Complexity are backing off. They know that Onyx is ready to rumble at any time.
Trent sprinting for his life right now.
Who does
Gotta
Mud
be
Golem
careful.
go?
It's been stolen, I think.
Yeah, he's a fast little guy.
Yeah, they all are. They all run at 425 movement speed with the Helm of the Dominator. One of the many reasons that it was seen as very OP. But definitely a good creep to have in the fight. Just a little bit of a stun to interrupt something like... Alright, there's literally no channeling spells on Cole, but the damage is good, 125.
Yeah, I mean, the lockdown's good as well. You look at what Onyx actually have to stun in a team fight, and they can commit Primal Roar, which is pretty big. They've got Batrider Lasso, but other than that, they're hoping for some lucky shots by our Earth Spirit. Living Armor committed onto the tower. Z-Freak goes in for an Impale. Yeah, he hits it, but it hurts literally no one. Batrider going to be moving forward. BKB dragging up. Swindles here. No time to react.
He's got buyback. They could maybe fight with this now. He's got to just buyback, I feel. He's going to buyback TP. He does. He goes in.
They are going forward. Monkey's able to pop down the wall, but he's going to get stunned up as well. And it looks like the rest of Onyx still able to style on the Radiant. They're going back in. That's going to be a dieback onto the tree. Primal Roar committed onto the Spectre. She's going down as well. They may end up losing the Ursa here, as he is going to fall, but this is still looking really good for Onyx. They're getting the free time to focus down their racks. Monkey's just walking around the outskirts of the fight. Moo bought back, and now they are able to find Templar Assassin. She's got an Aegis. Can they keep her locked down in her second life? She's got Blink now. Will she be able to make her way out? It looks like she's just going to be walking. Gets Force Staff forward by her teammates. She's going to get Mana Burn vacuum back into the fight. This is all about just keeping Abed alive. Kicked back up onto the high ground. Well played from the Earth Spirit. And now Dubu has to roll his way out. May end up giving his life for this. In fact, he does. Demon as well going to be focused down. So Complexity now starting to collect these high value kills.
That was huge hold there. They didn't even lose a barracks on that. They just lost the tier 3 and they picked up a gem as well. It cost them a lot of buybacks, but considering how far behind they were, completely worth it. They actually gained about 2,000 net worth against their opponents there, and the experience change is insane. This will make a big difference in their next fights because that's more talents, that's more just raw stats from leveling up. I mean, Moo did lose at least 700 gold in the course of that fight, so he doesn't have Relic anymore like he did before, but that's a whole lot better than the game just ending, and it felt a lot like the game was about to end in that fight.
Abed going forward, trying to collect some more Ancients. Now, the fact that TA didn't die there was pretty huge. I thought for sure she was going down, but the Force Staffs and the kicks there from the Earth Spirit definitely saved her ass.
So, definitely good for her. I mean, she's the biggest net worth, so if she goes down, she's going to feed a ton of gold. Especially because, 5-1 and 14, he's probably got a decent streak going. I'm going to pick up a Daedalus next for him, so he can one-shot people. It's a good pickup against heroes like Tree, I think.
Yeah. I think Complexity's big hope here is the Darkseer. The Vacuum Wall initiations have been really on point for every single team fight. And of course the Ion Shells, especially on the Nyx, really starting to chunk people down.
It definitely helps a lot. Oh, this looks really bad for some... Okay.
Tree doesn't have his... Or, rather, Batrider doesn't have his Drem anymore. But Tree and Protector may still be dead here. Look at the crit coming out. That Meld Strike has got to be brutal.
And that was fairly significant because Swindles did buy back in the last fight, so that's a longer than average death timer here in this moment.
Centaur.
There is a relic on Spectre, but he still needs about 1,000 gold to finish the Radiance. He's not going to get it in time here, but he will leave the base to go farm it because that's the only safe place for him to get items. And he can always haunt when the fight starts.
Complexity. They're tensing up here behind the racks. Backdoor protection. Gonna be going down, so Abed just going to work. Monkey's gonna go get Hurricane piked away. Not gonna be dying there, but the blink forward from the bat to drag him back into the fight. That is a dead Darkseer. He does have buyback. We'll see if he's gonna spend it here. Again, move.
It's just so easy for them to get a kill with the BKB on bat. Just one guy's dead every time.
There we go. Buyback coming in. Moo has yet to haunt. Whenever Complexity want to start this fight, they can. Nice boulder kick, though. Dubu holding everyone in place, and Abed's going to move forward with that BKB, chunking apart Monkeys, and now that's a dieback for the Darkseer. We'll see how Onyx are going to want to finish off this fight. It looks like Mason wants to blink forward. He just wants the blood flowing, and Melons will be finished off. This is going to be just a very, very unfortunate fight for Complexity. They lose their Spectre as she haunted into the fight and fell. 747, the lone survivor, will be plucked off by Abed. This tower soon to be going on. Melons is going to disconnect and the GG called out. So you can tell Swindles is probably not in the best of spirits.
Yeah, that was a really tough game for them. I feel that it was kind of a clear picture of the fact that there are some weaknesses to Spectre as a carry, and that the laning stage that he had to deal with was very difficult. They never had anybody get online fast enough, and that either had to come from Mirana, in my opinion, or Spectre. And I don't even think we saw any early Darkseer rotations either, which easily could have been impactful. Like, even just TPing to the safe lane when you're like level 3 or level 4, that can absolutely make a difference. Iron Shell your Spectre, throw a Surge on him, and have him just run down the Batrider. It maybe is a little scary, but like some kind of rotation needed to happen. And I feel like the only person that actually ever rotated was Z-Freak with an occasional Swindles rotation, but they needed a core to show up and do something, and Spectre couldn't do that because he was underfarmed, and Mirana didn't have eggs. So somebody else needed to get something done.
Game number 1, a huge shutout in favor of Onyx. We'll see what game number 2 is going to hold. Again, winner moves on to the grand finals versus OG. Let's kick it to a break here and then bring it back to our panel.
Hi guys, I am Jesse. Gonna be making the analysis from a replay.
Hello, this is Fogged. Going to attempt to describe the 7.00.
Hi guys, Slasher here. In this series, Slasher dissects Phantom Assassin.
My name is I'm currently playing on Team Red.
Place your bets on more than 15 esports games using the worldwide payments and even Bitcoin. We offer